Amon-Ra St. Brown has not practiced this week for the Lions heading into the game against the Carolina Panthers. So we're going to talk about who is going to step up in his place and what the plan is. And listening to Ben Johnson, his press conferences, we get some ideas of what they're going to do when we don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown, because St. Brown is, we take him for granted, his chemistry with Goff, the whole thing. He's such a good player. He's gotten 50 yards every single game. The dude just finishes, doesn't it seem like he finishes with like 7 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown every game? And it's just like, this guy is incredible. So we're going to miss a lot of production there. Josh Reynolds is also limited in practice. You've got Marvin Jones, hasn't really done much. We were just generally thin as it was because we didn't have Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is back, but I mean, we got to be careful expecting too much there. He's just like suddenly back, right? So I'm sure, and hopefully he was doing things at home, but I mean, what the heck? So Khalif Raymond might step in, but listening to Ben Johnson, I got some different things that we can take away from what might happen here going into this game, because this is a gotta have it game, but at the same time, man, you're beat up with some, we still have a lot of injuries, still lingering injuries. We still, offensive lines better, but Graham Glasgow's not great at right guard, so Vitai's not back yet. So receiver wise, we gotta have this game. So here's what's amazing about this. And so here's what Ben Johnson had to say. He said that the Detroit Lions have benefited from a quick acclimation of tight end Sam Laporta playing in Ben Johnson's offense. He's got 22 catches for 242 yards. That's the most in NFL history. More receptions and yards to start a career in NFL history. So Ben Johnson said there's no limit to what Laporta can accomplish, and he's tested in a variety of ways, and he has no cap, meaning we're not like, we haven't really implemented this. We don't know what to do here. So I think we're going to see a full-fledged Sam Laporta is going to be Jared Goff's guy. He's going to look to him. He's going to throw it to him constantly. He's going to have 10, 11, 12 catches for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's what kind of performance we're going to need, because again, Jameson Williams is not here, or he's here, but he's not going to play a ton, and we might not see a ton from Jameson Williams. Amon-Ra St. Brown's out, so he needs to keep up what he's doing. They asked him, hey, what does Laporta need to do to get better? He's like, he needs to just do what he's doing. We're putting him in some challenging situations, and he's coming through. We won't go into a week feeling we have to cap him in any capacity. He's able to do everything we're asking out of that position room, and we feel really good about his progress right now. I'm going to get to one other person in a second, but Sam Laporta, that's the guy that's going to have to step up like no other. And it's a testament to Brad Holmes, the drafting, and what he's doing, because again, Josh Reynolds is limited. Marvin Jones hasn't been there. Jameson Williams hasn't been there just because he hasn't literally been there. Marvin Jones, no excuse. He just literally drops balls, and it's just not the same guy. So so it's just like, oh my gosh. A couple other things from this article I really liked was, let's not forget, I'm gonna get back to the receiver room in just a second, but Riley Patterson, shout out to him. Everything's just been settled in. I liked Patterson from the beginning. I don't know the full story of why we cut him, traded him, got a new guy, traded him, cut him, and then we're back with Riley Patterson after all that. I was always good with him when he came in at the back end of, was it last year, the year before, and just was like, cool, just settled in. Not only do his kicks look, not only is he making kicks, but they just look good. They're right down the middle. It's never like, it's like, oh, he made it, but geez, it was tailing off at the end. It's just smooth. Love it. Riley Patterson, shout out to you. Here's why Amon-Ra St. Brown, missing him is so important, is because we have done a great job of closing out games in the last minute. So think about the past. When we won with Stafford, it was just like, just come from behind, crazy victory. Or when we lost in the past, it was just always so brutal that, the team would come back and they would score late and then we didn't have enough time. It was always just crazy, devastating losses or just exhilarating victories. Now it's like we just control the game and we win the game up by 2 scores, or we win the game on the field. Maybe we only win by 4 or something, but the offense closes the game out. So this is crazy. So I think ability to morph into whatever's needed. I feel good that we can throw the ball when necessary, run the ball when necessary. I go back last year, earlier seasons, we had Minnesota at Minnesota. We had an opportunity to close out that game with a lead. That was a failed 4-minute drive for us. We all remember that. That was one of the most devastating losses. We have the ball, we end up trying to kick a field goal, we miss it, they go right down and score. So love to see that. So, and then so here's what I'm going to get to right here about how we're going to make up for Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Lions are doing the Miami Dolphins fast motion style offense. I love the offense. I love the jet motion. I think you just do that every play. It's just so good. Khalif does that for us. It's not just about being fast. You've got to be quick, turn the corner, make those turns. It's not for everybody to be able to do it, but Leaf can do it. I don't know if you guys seen Saint do it. I think it's really about quickness because you have to be fast. So Khalif Raymond, Sam Laporta, let's go. Khalif Raymond, the coaches love and rave about this guy. He is a big part of what we're going to do this week. Jameson Williams is going to be there and more active than I think we thought even in the beginning of the week, just because we don't have the receivers. Khalif Raymond's going to be a huge part of it. He's going to play a lot, and the coaches love him, rave about him. He got a 3-year contract. Remember, he had a series of 1-year deals. Against the Giants last year, they said he's an Iron Man. We're lucky to have him. Love everything that he does. It's like just raving about Khalif Raymond. So I'm excited to see how we manage this, because this is a must. I mean, it's not a must win, but come on. You've got to win against a winless team at home to go 4-1 and just stay on top of the division. And I think we can do it because the defense will be the story. And so if the defense can hold up, everything will be good from that standpoint, because Bryce Young's a rookie. They don't have a lot of skill position. Their offensive line's really bad. So defense, need you again, right? Need you again. You've played great the last 2 weeks. But in some ways, it's like you should have, because Atlanta, yeah, we stopped Bijan. That's a big deal. But Atlanta's not like this great quarterback. Jordan Love's not there yet. Let's go. You got, I mean, this is the National Football League. You got to take advantage of situations like this. You've got three teams right here, and we saw that on the schedule. And we said that when we lost to Seattle, we're like, okay, we lost to Seattle, but we have to beat Atlanta and we have to beat Green Bay. And if we're who we think we want to be, or who we are, it's like, oh, we're a playoff team. Well, if we win these next games, well, we did that. Puts us in a great position. Now the next 3 weeks aren't bad either. This is a manageable schedule, but you can't take anything for granted in the NFL, and you got to make it happen. So again, if you're new to our channel, we make videos for the Detroit Lions, about the Detroit Lions and about the Detroit Pistons, but obviously it's all about the Detroit Lions right now. Love it. Remember, we go live right after the game, for 3:30, 3:45, right after the game ends. Hop on here. We talk about it for about a half hour. Can't wait to see you, and we'll see all of you on the next one.